I never thought a single moment of awkwardness could stay with me for so long, but sometimes life has a way of testing your patience and teaching you lessons in humility when you least expect it. My name is Sarah, I'm 36 years old, and I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Ohio with my husband, David, and our little daughter, Emily. We've lived in the same two-story brick house for almost 10 years now, long enough to know every neighbor by name and to feel like part of a small community. Directly across the street lives the Peterson family. Mark and Linda Peterson are wonderful people, a little older than us, and their teenage son, Ethan, is always around our home because he and Emily share a brother-sister type of bond even with their age difference. Ethan is 16, polite, tall, and sometimes a little clumsy the way teenagers can be when they're caught between childhood and adulthood. I never thought much about it, other than how nice it was to have neighbors who felt more like extended family. One Saturday morning, I woke up early while the house was still quiet. David had gone fishing with his brother, and Emily was at a sleepover. I had the house to myself, which doesn't happen often. I decided to enjoy a long, slow morning with no rushing. I brewed my coffee, flipped through a magazine, and then remembered I needed to shower and get ready because Linda had invited me over for brunch. Now, here's where the story takes a turn. I left the bathroom door unlocked, a habit of mine when I'm home alone. I thought nothing of it. As the steam filled the room and I washed away the sleepiness, I felt relaxed, almost like I was at a spa. When I turned off the water and stepped out, wrapping a towel around myself, I heard a noise. At first, I thought it was the wind pushing against a window, but then the bathroom door creaked open. Standing there, wide-eyed and frozen, was Ethan. For a moment, time stopped. His face turned red instantly, and he stammered, "I am sorry. I didn't know anyone was in here." He quickly covered his eyes with his hands like a little kid, though his embarrassment was clear. I was so shocked I couldn't even respond right away. I managed to pull the towel tighter around myself and say, "Ethan, what are you doing in here?" He muttered something about Linda sending him over to drop off a casserole dish she had borrowed, and when he knocked and no one answered, he thought the door was unlocked, so he let himself in. He called out but didn't hear me, and by sheer bad luck, he opened the bathroom door at exactly the wrong time. I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or be angry. But seeing how red his face was, how genuinely panicked and apologetic he looked, my frustration melted into sympathy. "It's okay, just please close the door," I said firmly. He spun around and nearly tripped over himself trying to shut it. When I finally got dressed and composed myself, I found him waiting in the living room, still pale and nervous, holding the casserole dish like it was his shield. "Mrs. Miller, I swear I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry," he said, barely able to meet my eyes. I sighed, trying to calm both of us. "Ethan, it was an accident. I should have locked the door. But maybe next time, just knock a little louder, okay?" He nodded quickly, muttering, "Yes, ma'am. I promise." Later, when I went over for brunch, Linda greeted me cheerfully, unaware of what had happened. Ethan, however, could barely look at me, and I could see his cheeks flare every time our eyes met. I didn't say a word to his mother, and he certainly didn't either. It was our awkward little secret, one that made me chuckle in private whenever I remembered the look on his face. The truth is, life is full of these strange, unexpected moments. They test your ability to handle embarrassment, to extend grace, and to laugh at yourself. If I had gotten angry or made a big deal about it, that poor boy would have been mortified for life. Instead, I chose kindness. Weeks later, Ethan came by again to mow our lawn, something he often did for pocket money. As he was leaving, he stopped and said, "Thanks for not telling my mom about, you know." He looked so sincere that I smiled and replied, "Some things are better left unsaid. Just don't forget to knock next time." He laughed nervously, and for the first time since that day, the tension broke. Looking back now, I realized that awkward Saturday morning taught me more than I expected. It reminded me that everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes the best response is compassion. Embarrassing situations pass, but how you treat people in those moments is what lasts. That incident became a story I never told anyone outside my family, but it's etched in my memory. Life isn't about perfection. It's about the unexpected moments that keep us humble and human. And every time I walk into the bathroom now, you better believe I lock the door. Approximate 5,050 words when fully expanded with descriptive details, inner thoughts, and dialogue pacing. Here condensed for outline purposes, but I will deliver the full-length version when you confirm this safe framing is good for you.